Hey, so first order of business, 500 subscribers. Thank you very much. Here we go, face reveal. I don't know, maybe you'll wish I hadn't gotten 500 and wasn't doing a face camera for this. But thank you very much for everyone who's subscribed. Very happy with the progress, looking forward to more. So, new series, we're going to be working through some over-the-wire challenges. These are war games, and what it basically means is it's a series of graduating challenges where you get the key for the next challenge based off of the current challenge. So we'll start with Bandit. The instructions say, the Bandit war game is aimed at absolute beginners. It will teach the basics needed to play other war games. And then it talks a little bit about the overall structure. So you start off at a certain level. In our case, we're going to start at level 0, and then based off of the challenges at level 0, you'll progress to level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. They all build upon each other. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Level 0. The goal of this level is for you to log into the game using SSH, Secure Shell. The host to which you need to connect is bandit.labs.overthewire.org on port 2220. The username is bandit0 and the password is bandit0. Once logged in, go to the level 1 page to find out how to beat level 1. So let's go ahead and let's open a terminal. And we need to know how to use SSH. And there's a little let's see, so my autocomplete is kicking in. Sorry about that. There is a little bit of a stumbling block if you're new to this, if you're new to SSH, in that SSH is normally served on port 22. That's the typical port, right? Let me make sure that's not FTP. SSH port default. Yeah, all right, restart Firefox, fine. SSH port default, pretty sure it's, yeah, 22. But you'll notice in this case, they're using port 2220. So we need to use this -P to specify the port. Then we say we are Bandit 0, that's our user, at, then the URL they gave us right here. We're going to go ahead and log in. And we'll give the password of Bandit0 that we got from there. And we're in. Now, I was originally going to gloss over this because when you read this, what this is called is, this is the message of the day is what occurs up top. And this is a general notice that anybody who logs into a server gets. And as you start going through, you get a general explanation that there are different usernames corresponding to each of the levels. We'll take a look at this more. And you want to progress through. It also, some administrative trivia, it says that the right access to home directories is disabled. So we're going to have to use temp. And then further, it says, please play nice, don't post spoilers. And like I said, I was going to gloss over this, but I figured I'd just address it. I think this is a bad philosophy for teaching and learning. I think you should absolutely have write-ups freely available, because if you don't, what happens is you may not ultimately learn the lesson. So there's something about putting your head down and just grinding out a solution and finally figuring it out that's going to be very gratifying, definitely. But the thing is, you could also grind things out and go in the entirely wrong way. So there might be a very easy way to solve a problem, you just don't happen to know it. So you go a very hard way, you spend hours and hours, and yeah, there's benefit in that, but you're not learning what you ultimately were supposed to learn from the challenge. And I went online, I saw a lot of write-ups of different solutions that were already up there, so it's not like I'm really being super non-kosher or anything here. Anyway, then it continues with a little more general information about the box. So let's look at where we are. We are in Bandit 0's home directory. We are Bandit 0, so if we did a who am I, we would see that. If we go up a directory and do an ls minus lath, we're going to see there are all these bandits, all these different users that are available on the system. So the next one we want to get into is Bandit 1. Unfortunately, let's try to cd into his home directory. Oops, and we are able to. Let's see, this is not what I expected. Sorry. Here's what it is. All right. We're not going to be able to log in as those individuals. So there's a directory here, Etsy Bandit passwords, and these are the different passwords for all the different users. And you'll notice under these permissions, the only one that we're allowed to, with our current permissions, get into is this Bandit 0 directory. All the other ones require access for a different user. So, for example, let's try to cat out Bandit 0. And we can see the password is just Bandit 0. If we try to cat out, meaning write the contents out of another file, we can't. So ultimately, we're trying to figure out how to log in as these different users. So let's go ahead and let's move on now that we've finished the basics and we kind of understand the setup. Let's move on to the instructions for level 0 to level 1. The password for the next level is stored in a file called readme located in the home directory. Use this password to log into Bandit 1 using SSH. Whenever you find a password for a level, use SSH on port 2220 to log into that level and continue the game. Alright, so we'll return to our home directory. We'll do an ls to list the files that are available. We can see there's a readme file. We're going to go ahead and we will cat out the contents, and we'll print the contents to the screen, and we get this jumble of characters. I'm going to go over and I'm going to start writing down these different passwords as we get them. Just opened up a VS Code, and we know the first one is Bandit 0. The next one we think is this. I'm going to save this to my desktop as Bandit OverTheWire. All right, and let's go outside of this server, and we are going to do an SSH. And we're going to SSH as Bandit 1. We're going to provide the password by pasting. And we get in. So we succeeded in going from level 0 to level 1.